Yo, what's going on YouTube? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you are new here and you've just stumbled across my channel, my name is Kieran Scott, and here on this very YouTube channel I do adult PE for a living. In this video I'm going to show you guys what kind of macros I'm eating, okay, what my calories are and what my training plan going forward is. I'm on a goal from becoming fat to fit. Last year I managed to diet down, I managed to get into amazing shape, but it didn't come with its sacrifices and its issues. I managed to learn a crazy amount, obviously, on how my body works, what I shouldn't do, what I should do, because I've been dieting now for years, and every year I seem to know a little bit more on how my body's working and what I should and shouldn't do. It's in reflection of what I need to do for myself, not for other people. Obviously, last year I followed a meal plan, so obviously I had it all worked out, and then all I needed to do over a period of time is just reduce my meals down and swap items in and out. That is a great and effective way of obviously doing it without tracking your calories, but the problem is you start building a bad relationship with food. Going back to the basics, something that I enjoy and something that I know that works because I've tried and tested it in the past, and that is tracking my macros and again having a little bit more flexibility in my diet, because I do believe if you follow a meal plan you're going to get far significant better results. You know, your performance is going to be better, your digestive is going to be better, but the problem is that is no way to live your lifestyle, and I'm not a bro bodybuilder that eats chicken, rice and broccoli. Ugh. Let's get into the juicy bits. What are my macros? What calories am I following? So first of all, I just want to put it out there, I'm not a big fan of other YouTubers putting out obviously what they're eating, because a lot of you guys watching this are going to try and replicate that and eat that, and that isn't what should happen. You guys should find your own calories, your own macros that you personally enjoy, and that's something that's going to work for you. But again, I'm just going to put this on here so I can document it, so I can flip back in the past and go, that's what I ate at that time. Let's get to the juicy bits. What are my calories and macros? The calories are 2,500. Protein is going to be 188 grams, fat is 69 grams, and carbohydrates is 281. Let me just check my hand. Yeah, 281. You guys know I have to write things on my hand, otherwise I forget them, and I don't want to mess up on the camera, even though I've told you guys I've written it on my hand. Actually, knowing my body, I need to move more. That's what gets me results. I don't personally like being on these poverty calories where my calories are low. And to be honest, this year round, I want to have a better relationship with food. I don't want to have to worry about food as much. Obviously, nutrition is the most important thing, obviously, when it comes to obviously losing weight and being in a calorie deficit. But for me, I want to focus on becoming fit and healthier and kind of working on my endurance. This year, I want to focus on being a little bit more fitter, you know, going out for runs, doing things, and just making sure that my nutrition is kind of stable. And then if I do find that I'm getting to a plateau or things need to change, then I will slowly decrease my calories. But I'm telling you guys now, I'm not dropping myself down to 1,500, 1,700 calories like I did last year, because that's not sustainable, that's not enjoyable, and you're basically putting yourself in an early grave. Thing is, some people need to go to that extreme in order to decrease weight, to obviously get body fat down, and that's something you have to do. But why was I doing that? The only person that I was doing it for is myself, and it wasn't for me. I just didn't enjoy it. So this year I kind of want to focus a little bit more on kind of like CrossFit in terms of training, you know, doing my bodybuilding stuff, my isolation, because I enjoy that, mixing that up with kind of some kind of like biometrics and explosive stuff, and that's what I'm going to document. Training for enjoyment, and mixing that in with a bit more kinesthetics, because obviously I've got that goal to be able to do like a handstand press up, which isn't going very well at the moment, may I add. Basically, to sum it up, I'm just going to obviously continue to eat the foods that I kind of enjoy. I'm going to keep it staple. I'm going to kind of eat the same kind of boring foods all the time. But if I feel like I'm getting bored of that meal, I'm just going to chuck it out and replace it as long as I get close to my macros. And from an energy point of view, I'm looking at going to be more active, you know, do more kind of finishers, more CrossFit kind of style workouts, more intensity. And then obviously if things start to drop down, then I need to reduce my calories, because obviously I'm not burning the same amount. My body is kind of getting used to it. So that's why it's useful to drop your calories. All the boring nitty gritty stuff over and done with. Time for breakfast. Go! So if you guys that regularly watch the channel, you know that I'm a big fan of having like eggs in the morning. But I can't be asked to make eggs this morning. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. So I'm going to have some chili and some beans. So I basically made a chili con carne in bulk. And what I'll do is I'll weigh that out and get to the size that I need to. And then I will have that with some rice. I was meant to have brown rice because I'm enjoying that at the moment. But I've run out So I'm going to have to try and mix some Chinese style rice with a chili. Some people have sensitive stomachs, so they can't eat a massive amount in the morning. But for me, I'm just one of those weird individuals that can literally just eat anything. Like if you gave me a roast dinner, I'd probably eat that for breakfast. One of the reasons why I like to bulk cook is obviously it saves time. It's so efficient. You know, you cook your food, take 10, 20, 30 minutes, put it into some Tupperware. And then on scenarios like this, when you can't be asked to cook anything, you literally just got to put it in the microwave, heat everything up, and Bob's your uncle, it's done. So I was meant to get 280 grams, we've got 281, but it's not going to make a massive difference. 1, 2. So there is my breakfast, chili con carne. I'm gonna have a monster. I've recently found these are the gold ones. They taste like pineapple. I'd probably give them a solid maybe 5 out of 10. They're all right, but they're not the best. And then I'm just gonna dive down and watch a podcast because I'm into rugby and obviously it's the Six Nations at the moment. So I'm gonna dive in and watch that and eat at the same time. You guys can see this, but I'm gonna do a taste test. Just because I don't know what this is going to taste like. Chili con carne with Chinese style rice. I've got no hopes for this, but you got to do what you got to do. Excuse me, I shouldn't chew with my mouth open. So that's not too bad, to be honest. I was expecting it to be a little bit worse, but I'm going to crack on and then eat my breakfast. Can you even call it breakfast?
A few moments later.
Just had one of those moments where I felt like my heart has just been ripped out of my chest. So Krista wanted some vegetable soup for lunch, so obviously we walked up to the shop. It's only like a 2-minute walk up there, so we took Bella. When we were on our way home, Krista was like, Kieran, where's your car? Where have you parked it? And I was like, where I always park it. And my car wasn't there. And then I was panicking. I was like, where's my car? Someone's stolen it. Where's my car? I'm rushing out. I'm stressing out. Krista's trying to calm me down. I'm like, someone's stolen my car. I can't find it. And then I thought, okay, I've probably done the daft thing. I've probably parked it somewhere and forgotten about it. So I ran to the gym. Lucky enough, the gym's only about 5 to 10 minutes away from where I lived. And there, behold it, is my car. So I've left my car in the car park for 3 days. It's taken me 3 days to notice that my car wasn't at home. So there was me thinking, oh no, I've got no car. I can't go anywhere because I'm due to go down to see my grandparents tomorrow because I've got to help them put up a fence and obviously they want to see Bella. And I was just like, do you know what the most irritating thing about that was? It's the fact that I filled up my car. I'd filled up my car full of petrol on like the Friday because obviously there's a fuel crisis at the moment. Petrol's getting expensive. Someone's stealing my car and having a full tank of petrol to go and do what they want with it. That's what I was annoyed about the most. And relax. My car's at home. I'm all right. It's just one of those things. And you've just got to laugh at things like that because I'm into autopilot mode because I normally just walk to the gym because the gym's only about 10 minutes away from my house. So there's no point getting in the car and driving there. Lesson is check your car every day, make sure it's locked. You know, it's just one of those things you got to laugh at. But yeah, relax. Later in the afternoon, so what I like to do in my afternoon is that's when I'm kind of like the most creative. So at the moment I'm just creating a TikTok and Instagram reel, and the trick is with that is you've got to do stuff that's funny, eye-catching, and it just gives me that opportunity to use my creative brain. So I'm showing you guys why I'm kind of got a whiteboard attached to me. Today's reel is just about weight loss. A lot of people go to the extreme, they cut out carbs, they cut out fatty foods and all of that stuff. And actually, you don't actually need to do that in order to obviously decrease your weight and decrease your body fat. So what I'm just doing is I'm doing a creative way of showing people that they can eat certain foods and get a six-pack. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have any abs. You know, I'm a bit too fluffy at the moment. So I thought, right, how am I going to do a six-pack? And then I thought, all right, I'll use one of my old photos. I'm going to cut it. So what I thought, it'd be a bit funny, get a whiteboard and just draw a six-pack on. That's the reason why I've got a whiteboard attached to me. And then I'm going to check in with you guys once I've kind of done my Instagram, my TikTok, all that social media stuff. Coming up to 5 o'clock now. I've finished work near enough for the day. I've got a few more things to do, but I typically like to train around 4 o'clock now. But today I didn't get the opportunity, so I'm having to train at 5. Today's workout is going to be a hamstring kind of lower body focus workout. Excuse me if I am talking fast, I'm going to try and slow it down, but I've taken 1 scoop of focus and 1 scoop of pump, so I am proper hyped up for this session. So like I said, it's going to be a lower body session, working on the hamstrings and glutes, and there's going to be a spicy conditioning piece at the end. So I will check in with you guys when I'm at the gym. Today I'm going to do a voiceover, but I'm going to do a little bit more of a visual one. So if you do see me looking forward, I'm just looking at my monitor and I'm going to give you some feedback on obviously of what's going on with the session. So the first exercise that you can see me doing is a hamstring curl variation using some slider plates. I use this to obviously activate my hamstrings and glutes before I do the workout. Moving forward, I'm doing some overhead reverse lunges. Now, the reason why I've got the slider is just to allow that back foot to naturally move forward and backwards. Now, it's a great way of obviously making sure all the weight is on that front leg. So you kind of want to think about 90% of the weight is on that front leg and 10% on that back leg. But with the slider, it naturally allows you to go backwards. And obviously having it above your head means that you can get a good center of gravity, and it's a little bit more trickier. Moving on to the next exercise, which is an RDL but banded. The reason why I'm doing a banded RDL is, for me, I struggle with deadlifts. I do not really engage with my lats so well, so by having a band means I have to really use my lats and focus on engaging my my lats in order to keep the bar to where it is. And I was using wraps because obviously when you lift heavy weight, your grip's going to give up before anything else. Moving on to the next exercise, which is a belt squat. These are my favorite at the moment. You don't need to go particularly massively heavy, but I kind of feel that they're kind of targeting my legs. And again, it's leaving me after the workout feeling that my legs are hurting, not my lower back. And it's a great way of obviously overloading the legs. And then the last exercise that you're going to see is just me doing a hamstring extension. Again, just taking my time, working nice and heavy, coming up, squeezing at the top and back down. And for some of you, you might notice that my legs don't fully go all the way out. I don't know what it is, but I cannot lock my legs all the way up. I can only come to 3/4. So that was the workout. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it and got some tips from that. It's now the next day. I've just driven down to my grandparents. I've taken Bella with me because I've got no one to look after her for the day, so she gets to meet my grandparents. They live right by the beach, so fingers crossed I can take her on the beach so she can have her first beach day. Apologies for not much gym footage. It's just obviously I was in the gym yesterday. I was rushing around. I literally only had an hour to get in there. Didn't end up doing any cardio, but I'm going to go back into the gym today and do that. But like I said, I'm at the grandparents now. I've got to help them put up a fence because their fence is blown down, and we're just going to have a day down with the grandparents. And this is the first time that Bella's going to meet them. And she's been a very good girl. She's just pretty much slept all the way there, gave her a treat, and she's basically been Sparko for the whole day. Right, you're going to meet Grandma and Pampy. Grandma and Pampy. What have you found? You can't go in there. What are you doing? Not a fan of the Buddha, are we? Oh, going in the garden. Oh, you found the garden, haven't you? Hey, stop eating the bushes! So, job done for the day, completed the fence, took the old panels out, replaced them with new ones. It was a nice, easier job, a lot easier than what I kind of expected. Me and Bella are out for a walk at the moment. I'm just walking her to the beach. Lucky enough, my grandparents live like 2 minutes away from the beach, which is really nice because in the summer I pop down and see them quite regularly. And this is going to be Bella's first time of going to the beach. I want to capture it so you guys can experience it, but also have something to look back on, because when she gets a bit bigger, you know, I'm not going to get this moment again. And that's the nice thing about YouTube, is capturing moments so you can relive them. 3, 2, 1, cue the dog montage. Come on then, you're almost there. The beach is right here. Come on, take your first few steps. Come on. Come on then. Oh, yeah. You're on the beach now. Look at you on the beach. What are you doing? Come on, leave the seaweed alone. Come on. She's got an obsession with picking up seaweed at the moment. I would time she sees a bit, she picks it up and runs with it.
What you got there, eh? What you got there? Go on then, run off.
So I've just decided there's no other dogs about, so I'm going to take the lead off and try and see if she'll behave without the lead. And hopefully she does as she said.
Oh, she absolutely loves it. Come on then, come on then. Hey!
I've just got to the end of editing this video that you're watching, and I realised that I haven't kind of summed up a couple of points, so I want to address them before we end the video. First of all is my training is now going to be done over 4 days. It used to be 3, but obviously because I am kind of dieting, I want to get a little bit more fitter now. I want to invest a little bit more into my training, so by doing it 4 times a week just means that I can have a few more exercises, and also means that I can really kind of focus on like improving my overall health. I always say to people, look, 2 sessions a week is just going to maintain what you got. 3 is when you're going to start seeing some improvements, and then obviously 4 or 5 is kind of where you're really going to progress. Now, obviously, the more sessions you do doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get better results. I've personally find that the 3 or 4 day split works best. If I do anything longer than that, then I'm just not recovering before sessions, so that doesn't work for me. The way I'm going to be running it is I'm going to be doing a lower body, upper body. So Monday lower, Tuesday upper, or rest Wednesday, Thursday lower, and Friday upper. Now, the way I was going to do it is I was going to do double days. So I was going to do my cardio in the morning and then train in the evening. Now, I might go back and I might do that, but at the moment I just want to kind of do my sessions all in one go, because it just means that obviously it's better time management. I'm not having to kind of wake up, rush around, get ready for the gym. I just don't think that works best for me. So I think doing my cardio at the end of the session is what's really going to help me this cut. And I just want to point that out there, that your nutrition is the most important thing, because you can reduce calories without even significantly realizing it. You know, if you need to drop by, some body weight, just slowly reducing your calories in a week can make a massive difference compared to doing an extra 5 to 10 minutes worth of cardio. So last year when I was doing that low steady state, that walk-in, you know, every time I kind of needed to progress, it was 5 minutes at a time. And without knowing it, you do that 5 times, you've lost half an hour out of your day. So that's why I generally recommend to people, if you can pull back on your calories, you know, you don't have to feel like you're losing time out of the day, and you're hardly going to notice the difference. But with that said, some people do struggle with hunger. For me, for example, I like to eat quite a lot. So for me, I'd rather just, because I've got the time at the moment, I'd rather just spend the extra kind of time in the gym. When it does come to a point where that's going to really affect my kind of like my day and how I run my day and how I plan it, then I'll be looking at dropping calories. But the most important thing is you find out what works for you. And I know over the years, if I do more cardio, it works better for me. I like to keep my food high, and then I like to train quite hard. So that's what's going to work for me. But again, you just need to find your own way of doing it. And you know, there's plenty of tools out there on how to calculate calories, but the best way to obviously find what works for you is trial and error, you know. So say you try 2,000 calories for a week and then your weight's not moving, cool, that's your baseline. Whereas if you're dropping, you're not eating enough. And that's what I like to say to people. You're going to try 1,000,001 things, but eventually you will find what works for you. And it's to understand, guys, that this is a marathon, not a sprint. You know, you're not going to get success overnight. This is going to be done to weeks of dedication and sticking to it. And the reason why I want to have my calories quite high is because I'm a baby when it comes to obviously dieting. For me, low calories is not fun. And like I said earlier in the video, at one point I had to go down to 1,500 calories and my brain wasn't functioning. And I just found that the quality of my workouts was decreasing, my energy, my libido, everything was just down. It's just not a good place. So for me, I'd rather look at being a little bit more active and keeping my food where it needs to be. But as always, guys, I'm just going to document this. I'm going to call this the Fit to Fat series. This is going to be the first one. I've just got a birthday vlog coming up after this one, so that should go out on Thursday if you're watching that. And then the Fat to Fit series will continue, and every week I'll keep pushing those out, just kind of documenting it and trying to give you some tips and tricks along the way. But as always, if you have enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please also subscribe and hit the bell notification at the bottom. I would put that animation up there. And as always, guys, keep it real, and I'll catch you in the next one.